Mm. Mm. So creamy. I'm almost drooling here. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, my Nichijet. So today I thought I'd do something a little different and have a brunch. It's actually raining outside because there's a typhoon, so it's gonna be a long weekend, and I don't know, I just really felt like having a brunch. So I made some scrambled eggs, just simple, some asparagus, some sauteed mushrooms with garlic, because garlic gives it that extra kick. A salad with some pears because I have lots of pears left, and I bought some apple rye toast at the market the other day, and I'm gonna use a little for my scrambled eggs and of course a little with some jam because it's better. And then if I'm still hungry, I picked up some little mikan or like clementines. So yeah, I'm actually really starving, so without further ado, itadakimasu, and let's just eat. Let's try these eggs before they're too cold. So creamy. I'm almost drooling here. Oh, that's good. Little tip, if you want your eggs nice and creamy, I always put in some milk with them, so it's not just pure egg, there's milk too. And and you don't cook them for too long. I also keep them on a heat that's like just below medium, so that I can sort of control how fast the eggs are cooking. Oh, that goes surprisingly well together. But apple rye bread with eggs, it's really good. And of course, to grease the pan, a bit of butter gives it that nice little taste. I don't usually cook with butter per se, like I usually put grapeseed oil or something, but I do find that with eggs, it's nice to have butter as a lining. The asparagus looked so good at the market. I was like, okay, I'm getting those. They weren't actually that much worse than back home price-wise. They were $2 something, almost $3. I'm not factoring the exchange rate, but whatever. I mean, back home, like, I've seen like a bunch of asparagus for anywhere between $3 and $5, depending on the season. So yeah, it's typhoon this weekend. Yay! So it's gonna be a long indoor weekend. It actually is a long weekend because Monday's a national holiday. So originally, my plan for today was, there's a pizza place here that I really want to try. It looks really good. They have really interesting combinations. Of course, the kimchi pizza is the #1 on my list I want to try. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this today, you know, it's the weekend, let's enjoy it. I'm gonna walk there and I'm gonna walk back and I'll take like pictures and I'll take videos, and it's like a good hour walk, so it'd be like 2 hours. So you know, you earn your pizza. And then the typhoon hit, and I was like, oh, okay. It's really not that bad right now. Like, it rains, it drizzles, it stops raining. It's just really unpredictable. So like right now, there's not that much rain. I don't think it's raining at all. But like a half hour in, it might just start pouring. So it's like, you can't really do like some long term or even short term activity outdoors. Well, you can. I mean, getting wet's not the worst thing in the world. You get my point. And so yeah, I was like, oh, whatever. Let's have a lazy day. Let's do a brunch. And I have had a lazy day so far. I stayed in bed for like 3 hours. You know, just dicking around on YouTube. Speaking of which. Going down the YouTube pipes, I fell on all like the press stuff from when The Handmaid's Tale was coming out on Amazon, which I obviously haven't watched yet. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that this weekend. The adaptation looks really interesting. Visually too, looks quite stunning. So yeah, I might do that. I don't know about you guys, but in high school, The Handmaid's Tale is an obligatory book. It's compulsory. There we go, that's the word, compulsory. It's compulsory reading as part of the English curriculum. So I read it back in high school, and actually I didn't like it then. It's one of those things that like really bothers me. It's like I wanted to like it at the time because I really like political science fiction, most of which is generally dystopian. I do like dystopian novels, and of course the thematic of the book is very touching. Me being a woman, you know, there's like another layer, and I don't know, I think I might have been too young, and that's kind of unfortunate. I don't think that the age at which we read it is necessarily too young, but I do think it is too young if there's no context around it or discussion. And I think that was the problem. We're kind of just, of course we analyze the book from a literary perspective, but there was no putting it into the bigger picture, the real world, and I don't know, at the time, and it's always kind of bugged me, you know, it's like, oh, because it's such a classic of Canadian literature and Margaret Atwood is such a legend. I love to read, and I felt like this big, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't part of the group or something, which is really silly. Anyways, point is, the adaptation looks really good, and I think I'm probably gonna watch it, because, you know, 3 days indoors, I got time. Of course, I've been watching some Japanese stuff too. Try and just help my listening and comprehension on Netflix, but you don't want to be watching the same thing all the time, so it'd be nice to mix it up. This is so good, guys. It's really just a simple brunch. Maybe I could do crepes. I do another mukbang, another brunch mukbang with crepes. Oh, and on that note, speaking of crepes, crepes and pancakes, not the same thing, guys. First of all, the recipe is slightly different. Second of all, pancakes, you know, they're thick and more airy. And crepes, they're supposed to be paper thin. Not just thin, paper thin. back home, sometimes they use the term interchangeably on the menus in Quebec. So you'll have the French side of the menu and it says crepe. And then you look at the English side and it says pancake. And I'm like, ah! And I get so angry. I guess, so, like, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. I mean, it's not an earth-shattering problem. But guys, a crepe and a pancake is not the same thing. So yeah, maybe I could make some crepes. Which, by the way, so easy to make. It's just eggs, flour, sugar, butter, a little bit of vanilla extract to give it some taste, and you can also put a bit of like rum or Cointreau to give it extra flavor. And it's better if you make the batter like the night before, if it's had time to sit. So, classic me. Here I am eating, talking about another meal or my next meal. Welcome to my life. I'm just living in between meals. It's not totally untrue. I think today too, there's a coffee shop not far from here. If they're open in the afternoon, I might go grab a coffee, maybe a book. Just sit and read because it's nice to get out of the house too. So I was reading I was reading one of the books that my coworker lent me in the Game of Thrones series, the one about the night, Dunk and Egg on Targaryen. Anyways, I finally finished that, so now I have to move on to a new book. I brought 3 with me to Japan. Last little piece of bread. And I bought another one during my trip to Kyoto. So I've got 4 books to choose from. 2 are in French, 2 are in English. Oh, pretty good balance. It's almost done. I ate so fast. I was hungry. I love the eggs here. They're so fresh. Creamy and sweet. Whoops. So, with the asparagus, it's one thing I regret. I usually peel my asparagus. It's a pain in the butt, but I find it's worth it because this time I was like, okay, I'm really hungry and I'm running short on time because I'm getting hangry. So I won't peel them, but I'll cook them for a little longer so that, you know, I can make sure that the skin is like properly cooked and not too fibrous. And yeah, I find like if you peel them, then you can just blanch them, you know, and then they're in that perfect state between like soft and crunchy, which I like for asparagus. Not all vegetables. I do like some vegetables quite soft, but anyways. But yeah, so I had to cook them longer, so I obviously didn't blanch them. I find them like too soft. They still taste good, but too soft. And what's it called? Yeah, and even this, some of the bigger pieces, the skin, you could still like feel how fibrous it was. So yeah, I think I'll continue just like, you know, peeling them, even though it's kind of a pain in the butt. As decadent with the strawberry jam. Oh. I'm really happy I found this bread. A lot of the bread here, it's this really thick white bread, like basically the size of like 2 slices would be 1 slice, and it is good, like compared to the white bread we have back home. I do like this one better. Like the white bread we have back home, there's always this like odd flavor to it, and there's a lot of sugar in it for no reason. And I feel like you can taste that. But yeah, no, this one, it still tastes good, but like the slices are just massive and huge and whatever. And I do like rye bread a lot. The rye flavor, whew, I'm turning Japanese. The rye flavor is not that strong, but it's still there. It's a nice alternative. Plus, like all week, I've been eating like a bit of rice with some other stuff for breakfast. Because I haven't gotten oatmeal yet. Waiting for that paycheck so I can Amazon it to myself. And yeah, so it's nice to kind of change things up a bit. I don't have the biggest sweet tooth, so like for me, this is like the equivalent of eating like a cake or a dessert, in that like it's very satisfying. So imagine you were eating like a piece of cake or a brownie and like how good that feels. I feel just the same. Yummy. So I guess I'm still hungry. And I'll have a little bit of this clementine thing. I've said it before in other videos, like it's not easy to get fruit here. I mean, they have fruit, it's just really expensive. But, you know, there's always some things that you can get. Like, I got a whole bag of these, I don't know, there's probably like 10 or 12 or something for $2.50. It's not bad. And they have a fruit. I was gonna say vegetable. They have a fruit called konatsu, which is like I'm turning Japanese. Flavor wise, is in between a grapefruit and yuzu. That's the only way I can describe it. Anyways, those are pretty cheap too. You can get like a whole bag of like 8. Oh, they're huge too. You can eat like half of one day and then half the other day. Yeah, you can get those for about the same price, like $2.50, $3. Bananas are more expensive, but they're still pretty cheap. Like for $1.80, I got 6. So that's what I've been living off of fruit-wise. Vegetables, I think I'm doing okay. I kind of just pop into the farmer's market and then I look at like what's available that day and what's on like the better price range and just go for that. I've actually been trying like, I know what you would call it, a regimen, a dietary regimen. So in the morning, because I don't have my oatmeal, I've been eating rice and like an egg or tofu, and then I could get like a fruit smoothie. And then at lunch, I have lunch at the schools, and the lunches are quite big, actually. I was really surprised by the size, and I totally skip out on the milk carton thing. Like, I can't do that, and I tell them every time, like, it gives me a really bad stomach ache after. Like, maybe from time to time I could drink the milk, but anyways, it doesn't fly. So I don't have the milk, but I don't know how they eat all that. And you do get like a nice big portion of rice, which I'm so not complaining about because it does fill you up and it's really delicious. But the point is, when I get home at night for dinner, in between like breakfast and lunch, I feel like I've had lots of rice, lots and lots of rice. Sometimes there is like pasta or noodles and stuff. Anyways, and yes, when I get home, I've been trying to eat more just like vegetables and some protein. Just to shake things up a little. That isn't to say I'm not going to eat like pasta or something. Like, I had that this week too because it's yummy. But anyways, I'm trying to be careful to keep everything balanced, because then, for me at least, I notice like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, stop eating carbs. Carbs are so bad. Carbs are life, yo. Just like salt. Salt is life. But I do find that if I eat a very carb heavy diet, like lunch, dinner, and I don't include enough vegetables, I do start feeling tired very quickly and lethargic. And I don't think it's because the carbs necessarily make you that way. I think it's because you need, you need variety. You need your different food groups. So yeah, I've just been trying to do that. Like this past week or two, see how it goes, and yeah, so far so good, I guess. So, I'm done. So that was my brunch mukbang. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this mukbang and my other mukbangs, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Of course, the link to my Instagram is down below in the description box, and I will definitely be making more videos very soon. I bought some curry packets that I want to try this weekend. I felt like, gray weather, rainy, feels like a curry kind of weekend. So if you're interested in watching that, make sure to give a thumbs up to the video. Make sure to leave some comments. Yay, comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.